ass.
Gas Money,
I got the gas.
no brakes.
And the car.
What happened to them?
Those,
All gas, no brakes. Oh, that guy! Didn't he like get He was like accused of like sexually like harassing people.
Who?
The all gas no brakes guy, Andrew Callahan or something. He started like another thing, like Channel 5.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
A bunch of girls
Andrew
came out and were
Callahan.
like, yeah, this dude was a creep.
Okay, here we go. Harassment and misconduct allegations. In January 2023, two women posted TikTok videos accusing Callahan of trying to pressure them into having sex with him. Loser.
He had good content, you know?
Good
He just
content.
threw it all away. He just came out,
Doesn't-
he had come out with like a documentary too, like Hulu or HBO, like fucking like put his documentary on their platform. And then like a week later, this shit came out. Like, dude, you were on the highest of highs, then you hit the lowest of lows.
People just be on the.
Crack.
On that fuck shit.
I'll do some crack. I'll do hella crack.
Crack scares me, dude.
It
I
is a
feel like-
scary thing. I'm scared if like
Yeah.
one day I go to my balcony and somehow there's a crackhead like on the roof of my apartments and he's just like smoking crack, a little bit falls in my bowl, and I smoke a little bit of crack and I die. It's a fear.
You probably got more chance of being struck by lightning or being attacked by a shark than that happening.
Hey, you never know. This
You
is
never
America.
know, dude. This is America.
This is America.
God, dude. I saw a
Anything
fucking
can
homeless
happen.
guy getting some dome under the fucking highway, man. Like, anything's possible.
Dude,
It was
my
broad daylight.
first night in San Diego, it was downtown in Gaslamp. I was with one of the guys on the ship, Little, and first night ever in San Diego, like out on the town. We're walking back to the trolley. Some dude's like lighting something in the corner, and I'm like, "Oh, is he trying to light a cigarette?" He's like crouched there with his like fucking knees up, and like turns in like a feral position. He's got a lighter and a crack pipe, and just looks at us. I'm like, "Ah, I see what you're doing," and I just kept pushing.
Making waffles.
You gotta, whenever you
Smoking
do
crack.
DMT, or back in the day when you do DMT, because now you can just do DMT with a pen. Type
Oh
thing,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
It apparently comes in a pen.
Yeah, dude, that's insane. But back in my day, you had to smoke that shit out of a crack pipe, and
Good
let me
time.
tell you something. it was just like when you're smoking something out of a crack pipe, you have something in the back of your head that's like,
Not
where
me.
did it all go wrong? Where did it all go wrong?
Hold on,
Yeah,
wait.
it's just
So,
like, yeah, dude.
so hold on. Have you both done it?
At the same time.
Oh, you guys
Yeah.
both did it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's,
It
alright.
actually synced because I did it.
That's
guys
right,
touch
it
tips?
did.
And then we both saw the owl.
Yeah, there was an owl sitting in the living room, and it was just like
Really?
mine was like all like, it was like metallic or something, like gold. Mine was gold.
Yeah.
It was just like
And
sitting
the
down
Gans
there.
was
like
like
a cosmic
purple or
owl.
whatever. I think you said. I remember Gan. You told
Well,
me a little bit about
Because
this.
I did a full smackaroni and then Chase and I divvied up one.
Yeah, I took the leftover hit of his, but he had a more like vivid trip, I think, and I just kind of got like to the gateway of the owl or something. I don't know.
You got to Heaven's Gates. He was full on in heaven.
Dude, it was
Or
great.
hell.
I didn't
That
wanna
like
leave.
makes me like honestly believe that there is like a parallel dimension or something that's all like united or something, like everything coexists and we can just like enter these different pathways to get to these other places, you know, that we just can't see. It's just
I didn't-
that
I didn't see any
Oh, yeah.
elves though, which was kind of lame.
elves.
Elves?
Yeah, it's a common thing that you can see. They're called they call them just interdimensional elves, and a lot of people have seen them while they were on that.
Oh,
Oh.
on DMT.
Like that comic book character.
You could look
the-
it
the
up,
DC one.
Adrian.
Who's the DC comic book?
Oh.
The little Mixel Spitalik. Something like, yeah, I think that's what
Yeah,
it is. Mixel Spitalik.
it's something dumb. It's a dumb name.
It's a dumb name, but
It's
he's
a
a
dumb
fifth.
name.
He's like a
But
fifth
that's-
dimension.
I think that's what
fucking
he's. Yeah, that's what he's
Imp
based
thing.
off of. I
Very
believe.
powerful thing.
I was me and Shiloh went to Durango this week, so she could get a tattoo, and we were listening to a podcast, like story.
Wow. Cheating on us?
Yeah. I wasn't gonna listen to us for a 6-hour car ride. I would want to blow my brains out, I think. Just kidding. We're awesome.
Is
We're
that why
amazing.
you avoid playing video games with us for 6 hours? Because you can't
Well, I
stay
was
up
on
for
with you guys last night, Adrian.
Yeah,
Jeez.
For like
Dave,
3
why are you
hours, for like
avoiding
not
playing
even
video games with
3
us?
hours, like 2 hours. Yeah. Why are you avoiding us? Why do you hate us?
I'm not.
Why
I'm
do
not.
you hate us?
There's a very limited amount of things you can do on a car ride, and listening to a podcast mindlessly is one of those things, and probably the main thing. And we were listening to this podcast, and it was like a cold case murder mystery, whatever. And the guy tries to like uncover what happened, and it was taking place in Colorado, or no, it was taking place
Colorado?
in Colorado.
Colorado?
But no, there was one that was taking place in Colorado, but the one I want to talk about was taking place in Montana, and it was on like an Indian reservation, and I guess there's a really bad
On a
meth
what reservation?
issue. Native American reservation. Don't come at me. I'm
the
sorry.
overly progressive guy.
Yeah, overly. Hey, sometimes you get those Freudian slips, you know.
Yeah.
That's the
Anyways.
conquistador inside of you.
I guess on Native American reservations, there's a bad like meth problem, and there's a bad like women are just being kidnapped and killed at like very alarming rates, because they're technically like sovereign nations, you know. So they're like the federal law is like kind of hard to enforce. Anyways, what the person was saying about the meth, they were like, so what meth makes you do is like you don't want to sleep, and when you don't sleep, it's honestly like you start hallucinating, but they think it's like a way for them to go into all these different dimensions and like see into the different dimensions. That's where I was going with that. I made it longer than what it had to be.
That sounds like what a crackhead would say to justify that.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Well-
a psychonaut, and I'm actually going through multiple dimensions.
One day, I want to just be able to like rip open a thread in our universe and just go into like some other parallel dimension. It'd be so fun.
That would be fun. Well, anyways, hello everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of the Something Original Podcast, episode 98. And it is Sunday while we're recording this, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there who might be watching.
Big dads.
And
Yeah, the big dads, the big fathers out there.
Yeah.
My name is Adrian. I am
And
the
I'm
producer
Chase.
of the shebang.
That
Cut
was
me
a
off
long
again,
pause.
Chase.
well, I didn't know.
That was
I
a long
didn't know.
pause.
What are you fuck you?
He said, I'm Adrian. And then he
And
was
then,
like,
yeah, that was a long pause. You caught me off guard again when you said the big dad's thing. It cut off my whole flow, and I was like, all right, I gotta try. You know,
Should we just
fucking-
restart it? Like we can.
No, keep it. I don't give a shit.
All right.
I don't care.
Jesus.
Anyways, guys.
98 episodes and we still can't get the intro right.
Yeah,
Jesus.
people can't stop cutting me off. Anyways, again, here in our virtual studio, we're joined with our two dumbass hosts.
Can I go now?
Mhm.
Do I have your permission to
Yes.
say my name?
Dumbass one, you can go.
Is that you or me?
The one with the AirPods.
My name's Shane.
and I'm Tweedledee.
And welcome back, guys. But yeah, happy Father's Day to all the big dads out in the world. And this will be out on Tuesday. So yesterday was Juneteenth, but it hasn't happened for us yet. So happy Juneteenth as well. But yeah, guys, how you feeling, dude? We're 2 away from the big 100 001.
I'm scared. It's the same feeling I had when I lost my virginity, except less butt pain.
Not laughing at that. Mm-mm.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
You laugh
Not
at it.
gonna do it.
Laugh, you bitch.
My name's Tweedledee, okay? As previously discussed. Thank you.
But yeah, what are your thoughts, Gannon? Are you getting excited? I think we have a ton of content just in the works, planned. We're getting it all planned out, dude. I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
It is an exciting time, especially when we get some of these things more into motion, I'm sure.
I got an email last week asking for monetization opportunities, so be on the lookout for that, guys.
Start getting paid.
We'll actually probably start getting paid. We made deals. We made the dude. Somebody from the Illuminati is gonna watch this one day, and they're gonna be like, "I do not remember these peasants being a part of the initiation."
Maybe they'll look at this and they'll be like, "Wow, these guys, they really admire us. Let's throw them a bone."
And then I'll destroy
Yeah,
all
and
of
then
them.
we can sneak into their operation. We come, and then they'll usually have all the elders surrounding us. Yeah, and they're gonna come.
And I
on
come
us.
in robes, dual LMGs. And I go.
You got the arm strength for 2 of those?
I hope so. If not,
Think
I'll
you're
break my
Rambo
arms
now?
in the process, and then I'll just use my feet guns.
He'll just have to fling his arms around while he's like spraying the LMGs.
Do you think you're prime Sylvester Stallone? Do you think you're him?
Yeah. He kind of looks a little, he looks a little buff, He can
No,
hold
you're not
up 2 LMGs.
You're
That's
not
Italian.
enough. You're not Italian.
Now that's Italian.
He can be the Irish Rambo.
The Irish Crusader is what I will
Ooh.
be.
Something interesting about the Irish that I learned. Apparently,
They love
Northern
potatoes.
Ireland. Apparently, they love Obama. They have like statues and like cardboard cutouts and shit of him like all over the place. Apparently, Northern Ireland was heavily inspired by the American Civil Rights Movement too. Which is
Solidarity.
pretty neat. So, fuck with the Irish people. That's kind of cool. But they fucking love Obama.
And did I say this before on here about the serpents?
No, what?
Okay, so you know how St. Patrick allegedly
he has a
went
day for
over
himself.
to Ireland and got rid of all the snakes. Apparently, it's symbology because the last known full written history of the world was there, collected by a group called the Serpents. Because also geographically, snakes wouldn't be in Ireland; it's too far up north for them. So they think that it's a symbology for St. Patrick going over there and wiping out the last known written history. And that's where
we
the
get drunk on
snakes.
that day, so we can black out and forget things.
Yeah,
Mm,
this makes sense.
it goes deeper.
Same.
So, huge announcement, live podcast in Ireland coming up.
That would be sick. That would be sick.
Dude, just imagine on like
That's on
a
my bucket
hilltop, bro, with a castle in the background, and we're just drinking a pint and just throwing
I
it
can
back, dude.
I can get drunk, hold the boom mic, fall off a cliff.
I would love to
Great
hang out with
content.
Irish locals. That'd be so cool. It's on my bucket list. This is the first place I'm going out of country, not on the Navy's dime. So I got in the.
Well,
I
isn't
mean,
that
it
like
was-
the best way to do it, though?
It
You
was
get-
that was kind of a good way. I mean, if we could have gone to like Greece on the Navy's time, that'd been dope. But Singapore and Malaysia, Dubai, and all that was pretty
No.
neat.
Not big on grease. I usually use olive oil, man.
Not gonna laugh.
can. That's
More of an avocado spray myself.
Yeah.
Avocado oil.
We're having fun.
I'm more into coconut oil.
Oh, get out of here, you pretentious fuck.
Who?
You. Coconut
Which one?
oil?
It's great for your skin, your hair. It's great for dogs. Actually, I
Alright.
should get them for my dog.
But
If you guys
got
are
a
listening
nice-
and have a dog, get
But you-
coconut oil
see-
and pumpkin.
But if you get some French bread, right, and put some of that Parmesan on it,
Ooh.
am I gonna be dipping it in coconut oil? No, I'm not. Multiple uses for this. That's why we go with the olive. It just makes more sense that way.
Are you
You like-
virgin or extra virgin?
Yeah, extra virgin or just virgin?
The most virgin.
So extra.
Extraist. Virgin.
It's gonna be the title of my album.
That's
Or
gonna
my
be your birthday
autobiography.
gift, Ian.
Extra virgin.
I'm gonna have
get
it on
you
my
a bottle of
my
of
gravestone.
virgin olive oil, of extra virgin olive oil, but it's gonna be your face on like the logo, on like the thing. It's just gonna be like mostest
Imagine,
extraist.
An Original Studios or something original branded olive oil, and it just has
Multi-use
all of our
for
faces
cooking
on it.
and sex.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm celibate, so I work at a pawn shop and I celibate.
Not gonna laugh.
Dude, we're punny today. Tell you what.
Anyways, you guys want to jump right into today?
Today in news.
Hold on, let me.
We're doing it early for you guys now.
Yeah, changing things up already.
Once
Alright.
we hit 100, baby, we're gonna be raw dogging this shit.
All right,
Or-
hit me with it again.
Today in news.
Japan raises age of consent. Oh God.
From
So-
what to what, Adrian?
so-
please specify.
From what?
From what to
We
what?
didn't know what the age of consent was before we saw this. We actually looked at the article, or I did. And
Hold on, because I didn't
Say
look.
it.
What is it? What is it?
oh, the age of consent was 13. And they raised it
I hate
to
humanity.
16. So it's still not great, you know, but I mean, at least they're making progress. But
It should be 18.
And it doesn't help that, like, you know, a lot of the pulp culture just reinforces that for them.
Yeah. The anime sometimes does not. Oh, we love our anime.
Psychosocial.
There's some animes that are
Psychosocial.
fucking just very weird. And then the people who love those anime and try to justify all the shit they do on the internet.
so this
Anime.
this is the real explanation I heard on TikTok, I think. So this guy he was Japanese American. He was born in America, but he lived in Japan for most of his life. And he was saying that, like, in Japan, children have a much higher responsibility at a young age. Like, the country looks at kids and they don't think of them as kids like how we think of them. They treat them with more of a responsibility. So societally in Japan, they tend to think of children by the time they're that age of being more adult, which it's fucked up, but that's the way the guy explained it. And he was like, oh yeah, obviously I don't agree with it, but that's just how the country looks at that situation.
Actually, quick tangent on that is the way they treat kids when they're younger and stuff. Probably part of the reason why they have a lower birth rate now. Because who wants
China was a high
bring
birth
up-
rate.
Does it? I thought Japan
China-
was.
China was
China.
a high birth rate. Remember Hiroshima?
No, Japan had
the
Japan had the low birth rate. Yeah.
Yeah, Japan has a low birth rate. And
Okay.
do you guys think that attributes to that? Because, like, I mean, if you get raised like that, why would you want to have a kid to have them?
Well, no, I'm not saying they were being like they are being sexually exploited, but what I was saying by them having more responsibility is that they do more like labor stuff for their parents. Like they go to the stores when they're 2 years old. They go to the stores and like grocery shop for their families.
Oh yeah, I'm saying,
know.
do you think like that experience is why they have such a low birth rate? Because those kids grow up and they're like, that shit was shitty. Why would I want to have a kid grow up and kind of?
But also simultaneously,
Culture.
don't they take care of the kids very well there? Is that the
Yeah.
one where
They have very
like, tags?
they have
I don't know
very
about
good.
Japan
You know,
culture.
so
I
they
don't
can-
want to offend anybody who's Japanese. I don't know much. I'm just, you know,
So-
just
Isn't
trying
this
to
the same
think.
country that like kids can start walking around on their own at like 7, and they have like tags?
No, they're able to start walking around when they're 2. That's what I was saying. Like they can go to the grocery store, leave home, walk to the grocery store, and like go back home and like pay for everything. You know.
Crazy. I didn't even know I existed at 2. I was just still
Yeah.
like, oh,
But they-
Consciousness
yeah,
does
they
not
do have, like-
develop that early, though.
They call them like yellow cap kids or something because when you're that age, you have to wear a yellow cap to identify like, oh, this person, they're going to do something for their family, and please do not disturb them
I don't think that's
or something.
I feel like that's very dangerous, honestly.
Yeah,
No, they actually have one of the lowest like crime rates. Obviously,
On
they take very good care of their kids. It's just
just
that they
exploit them
tend to,
in
they tend to
multiple ways.
sexualize them a little too young. You know, it's just
They sexualize
It-
and exploit them in many ways.
yeah. Well, I mean, Japan's notorious for exploiting and doing terrible atrocities in human history, but
right. As we're the
we're
country that
starting to
nuked
turn
them.
it.
That's insane.
Well, we did nuke them, which was bad, but I was just learning about what they were doing and like during World War II and even after, shit was fucked up, dude. Because they sided with Hitler, and in some cases they were doing worse atrocities than the Nazis were doing to like Jewish people, you know.
Oh, yeah, no.
This isn't Miyamoto's Masashi's world. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't think there's a morally just country in this world.
No, because of politics. Driving forth
Yeah.
through social hysteria,
Should we-
and it just keeps pushing us forward.
Maybe
Let's-
Canada. Has Canada done
Oh no!
anything?
Oh no! 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 They're starting to really take a
Yeah.
fucking turn, dude.
They are.
They
Madagascar?
Is it even? Do people even live on Madagascar?
I don't know.
Trying to find a
I
safe
would
country.
say like, I would say the closest like nice country is probably like the Nordic countries.
Sweden,
Because
Ireland.
they actually,
You-
yeah.
People that got sense, man. People that got sense going on.
they just have like so much to provide their citizens and stuff, and they still have a pretty strong economic footing in the world, you know, and.
That's my ultimate goal. Move out to Ireland, get a castle, and disappear.
Let's do it.
I want to move to Switzerland and just chill. I heard the Swiss
Yeah.
people are just cool.
Or it's Sweden.
The
Switzerland's
accent, the accent though.
Europe. Or Switzerland's like in the middle of Europe. I'm talking Nordic country like Norway, Sweden.
Oh, no, I'm just
Iceland.
saying, I just want to go to like Switzerland. And just,
Iceland,
live there.
Greenland. The best countries, honestly. Don't ask
shit,
me.
Yeah.
I'll go live with my uncle in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Do you want Here, let me ask you, can I ask you this, Adrian? Do you
Yeah.
think Puerto Rico should be a state?
No. Say no, Adrian.
I don't think they should be. I don't think they should be a
Should
state,
Hawaii
or,
be a state?
or a territory.
Do you think they should vote on it maybe soon? Maybe just like, hey, let's get this over with.
Yeah, I think we should have our own independence,
Have own independence.
our own
be your
autonomy
your
and
own
stuff.
country.
Not be a territory and be disrespected in the public eye at every chance. Especially when
I
we
heard
go through
some
things like
fucked
a
up
disaster.
shit that the way Hawaii became a state, we fucked that country up.
Yeah, that's what they call us howlies.
The what?
You ever heard of that? Did you get called a
No.
howlie? So that's what they pretty much call like American tourists even though they're technically American, but
I
you
just call
know
them douchebags.
they're called people haoles. I guess it's supposed to be like a derogatory term for tourists that come through there. But
Yeah, I call them douchebags.
why is that?
Yeah.
All right, want me to move on to the next news thing?
Sure.
Because we got way off track with that one.
Well, that's the point of Today in News. We're not supposed to stick on to the news. We're just
Yeah.
like every other media outlet. Come
Yeah.
on, Adrian. We're supposed to
We
spin
just
it.
sell out.
We're
We're just
selling out. Just kidding. We're not. We're here to provide original content for you guys. Like and subscribe on.
All right. Nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults have been diagnosed with depression. That is wrong because I see
I'm
3,
glad
and I see
to-
all of us have it.
I'm glad to be a part of the 1 out of 5. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not diagnosed with depression, but I don't think I am depressed actually. I have anxiety. Does that count? They're starting to lump in anxiety and depression.
No, those are still 2 different like things. Anxiety is more of like a.
Well,
it's its own
they
thing,
tried
but
to
it's also-
prescribe me antidepressants for my anxiety. What does that mean?
It means that the
They're just trying
doctors
to
don't
numb
know
me?
what they're talking about.
I'm starting to not like my doctor. I went in with like
I'm telling you. Get the book of
neck
remedies.
pain and there, yeah.
Get the book of remedies. It will change your entire outlook on modern medicine.
Did you see the TikTok I sent you earlier, Gannon, of the
Fuck medicine.
apricot
just
seeds?
Rub some dirt on it.
Did you see the video I sent you about the apricot seeds?
Wait, are you saying apricot?
Yeah, apricot.
Are we? Am I tripping or did I? Is this a CERN thing where I thought it was apricot?
Apricot, tomato.
I didn't see.
Okay,
it, though.
well, tomatoes is a stupid one.
What was going on with the apricot seeds?
So there was a Pakistani village, I think, that still exists today, and this person claims that they had an average age of 160 years old. Like even before modern times, they had like this long-standing like average age, and
Give me some of that.
their whole secret was they would take the oils of the apricot. They would eat apricot seeds and take the oils from it, and they would put it on their skin. They would like eat it, do whatever. And no one had ever had a record of having cancer or having any of these like severe illnesses. They looked perfect. They interviewed a guy who was like 80 years old. He looked like he could be 25. He had no wrinkles because they were putting the oil on their skin. And yeah, people are starting to do it now. They gotta like take out some omega-3s and like fatty acids or whatever from it, and they're like trying to make it mainstream now.
Until FDA gets a hold of it, and then they're like, no.
Yeah.
See, that's the same reason why people most of the time go for organic food. This is the same kind of principle.
Whole Foods.
Like, why am I going to go
Right, Chase?
to the doctor, when most of this stuff, I'm telling you, if you get this book, I feel like it's went up. And I've been watching the price of it. It's went up like $15 in the last 2 months.
Oh, are they selling it at Whole Foods?
No. Ironically,
Chase
off
goes
of
there a lot.
Amazon. So then I'm also thinking, is it really right?
Well, yeah, maybe old Jeff Bezos is changing the lineage. That's not the right word.
I have a thought about all of that. What you said, Chase. All right, y'all follow the thinking real quick. Think about
Okay.
like anything like antique or people who do with like woodworking and stuff. How you always do like a maintenance to keep the upload. Always rubbing like a seed oil or something like that. I feel like those people unintentionally are following the same idea. Maintaining your exterior with oils and stuff like you do with like woods and metals.
Yeah.
Making it last longer.
Uh-huh.
That's just a thought I was having when you're talking about it.
Well,
I was
we're
like,
essentially organic
why have we never
machines.
made that kind of parallel before to like maintaining.
My
it.
body is a machine.
Like I'm gonna start instead of lotion, I'm gonna start using like oils and stuff.
That
Fucking
I mean,
apricot
that's
oil.
Don't people use essential oils for like?
Yes, it's part of it. 1 second.
He's 1 second.
Pharmacist Gan over here.
What's in the bag, Ian?
My family calls. It's funny because like my family will come randomly ask me certain things, and they call me the family witch doctor, and I
I was
proudly
gonna say
take
you
that.
witch doctor.
But dude,
Is your book of spells?
essentially, here we go.
Is there a recipe to cook
I'll
kids
just
in
I'll
there?
just
You
I'll
witch?
just do some random. You could anti-drug addiction, alcoholism, different herbal remedies that can help with
Is
that.
there one for nicotine?
There is nicotine
You're gonna-
withdrawal,
Okay, we're gonna
Lobelia
talk about that one
inflata?
later.
OSHA, and Skullcap are some of the top three. And then there's St. John's Wort. Some of these actually sound like witch stuff, and it's because it was funny, I think, to these people back in the day. Like it helps with infectious disease,
Bro, unintentionally found a witch's book.
anything, everything.
Getting back
This is a
onto
tape-
the topic at
All-
hand.
This is all typical
What's the
content
thing
still.
for depression? What's
yeah.
something for
Oh.
depression?
Here we go.
Oh yeah. Is
Here
it
we
gonna say
go.
marijuana?
Marijuana. Honestly, dude, that's something that works for my anxiety a lot.
Blue
Yeah, that works for my
Blue
everything.
lotus flower, I hear, is great for that. You can buy blue lotus flower, but don't get it in like the powder form. You can buy it in like whole flower, dried whole flowers off of Amazon. But blue lotus flowers you can buy. And Egyptians back in the day used to smoke blue lotus flower before they would go into any like major meeting because it helps with cognitive flow. At the same time, and it can also help, I think, with if you have marijuana, like if you not an addiction, but kind of a dependency, this also helps with that. Blue lotus flower will also help with that as well. Hang on.
Hold on. Alright. Is there one in there for a
Well,
specific group
I'm
of
trying to
people
find
that we
depression.
have attacked on this show?
He's finding depression. 1 in 5 U.S. adults have been diagnosed. Adrian, we're trying to find the cure here.
Okay, but there's other problems at hand, like how
Well,
many men
yeah.
can't make women come? Is there an herbal for that?
There is
Or
actually, I think.
sexual for
It's funny.
like
It's
sexual
actually
stamina?
funny. It's actually funny you say that because there's a whole section on it.
Yeah.
There's
We
natural
should post that
remedies.
with the episode because I feel like there's some people we called out that should learn from that. Should take some of them herbs. The
We
men
can
out there who
we can
can't
set
make
this
women
up
come.
to where we can like accept calls and stuff. And maybe we have people call in and be like, "Hey Gannon, I'm dealing with like inflammation in my chest. Can you help me with this?"
Absolutely.
Hey, brother Dan, all my toes are purple. You got some herbs for that?
Plantain. Pine and plantain. Hang on.
Hey Gannon, I got a toenail growing out of my earlobe. You got a remedy?
Clip it.
Hey, brother man, I'm calling
Clip
from
it.
Alabama.
He said clip it.
Brother man, I'm calling from Alabama. I
Okay,
slept with my
Chase,
sister. You got a herb for that one?
Chase, anxiety.
Oh, there we go. Anxiety.
And then depression right here.
Ooh,
American ginseng,
bundle deal.
ashwagandha. But you have to, if you take ashwagandha, you have to also have like a Tanga Ali. Because if you take ashwagandha, and if that helps with a bunch of things, but it
Alright,
also
so
makes
is-
you numb.
What did you say?
Tanga Ali,
Is-
Tanga.
Tonga Ali? Are they related to Muhammad Ali?
This guy.
No time.
Laugh.
Ignore him, Gannon.
Laugh.
Ignore him, Gannon.
But Chase, here's a list of.
Does that book somehow tell you where you could find a place to get this shit? Because like,
An entire-
it sounds very.
You can literally,
Complicated.
you can actually. I tested this because I was like,
I mean, I guess you can Google it.
I'm honestly a lot of stuff. If you go to the right brand, don't go to like the same brands that you have at like Whole Foods or Walmart. You
Yeah.
can find
Chase,
those on
don't get it at Whole Foods.
from third-party distributors off of Amazon.
Yeah. I bet. Well, I live in fucking Colorado, dude. I can just go to the mountains one day, and I'm
Fine.
sure there's a hut out there, bro. And they're just like, "You want blue spider lily?" Here
White
you
white
go.
dude with there'll be a white dude with dreads outside.
But yeah, well, a part of I was talking about the podcast I was listening to. There's a town in Colorado where one of the murders happened, but it was like a very spiritual town. They were saying it's called Crestone, Colorado, and there's just like this very strong spiritual energy in that town, and it's like famous for like Native American lore as well. Like they said the mountains were like spiritual and stuff.
Now, is this like an ominous presence, like a presence, like an angry presence? Is it like a
No, it's like
sexual
very
presence?
like you can just feel the energy, and like if you accept the energy, I think it's a good energy because they said a lot of people go there for healing.
Demons lie though, Chase.
What?
You go up there, accept some things. Next thing you know, you walk around.
But what I was getting to was that they said they don't have doctors in the town. They just have, obviously it's a bunch of hippies and stuff that live in the town. So
Cool.
they only have that herbal medicine, and they said they don't really have a ton of health issues with like the residents there, you know?
Get on it.
I feel like they had a lot of stuff figured out way back when,
They
you
did.
know? And it's just like,
Until
I think
until
when
capitalism.
modern medicine, yeah, until modern medicine came around, I think modern medicine,
Big pharma.
I think modern medicine is fine, but it's the fact that we
No,
have
it's
the
not.
we have big pharma, we have the pharmaceutical industry in the way of it, kind of meddling in it.
No.
Let me just talk about. Here's a great example: insulin. The people who invented insulin sold the patent for $1 because they were like, "Hey, this is like life-changing stuff. This will save millions of people's lives." And now look at what we have. We have capitalists who bought the patent and have jacked the prices up to like $1,000, you know,
gonna-
for a vial.
Have you guys ever heard of? You guys heard of Mark Cuban's company though, right? That he has.
Yeah, cost plus, but he's still getting like 15% markup.
Yeah,
Shit's
but
fucked.
like that. I mean,
I mean, it's a
versus-
better alternative. You
yeah,
know,
it's a better
but
alternative. It's a giant step in the right direction, honestly. Because
Yeah.
But what,
one of
Chase,
Sarah's friends
riddle me
had to
this.
get medicine from there.
Why do you think we
Batman.
have diabetes like in the first place?
But diabetes is always yes, diabetes has always kind of existed, but it's a lot more
Has it?
rampant now because
Has it?
it has.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't think
need
that
well
there's
we all have insulin that already in us. It's just some people are born with like
Whoa.
insulin deficiencies.
Did this insulin get our consent to be inside of us?
I think so. I would love my insulin to be inside me because that way I wouldn't have diabetes.
I would have loved for my insulin to let me know, hey,
But I think over time, because of the diet, because of the things happening in this country, the things that they're feeding us, I think it has like affected the way our insulin works in our bodies, and that's why people are becoming more and more diabetic. It was like the big obesity thing, you know, like back in the day when like childhood obesity was like the number one leading cause of like, you know, children deaths in the country. A lot of had to do with like diabetes as well. And that's when we see a big spike in it.
yeah, diabetes.
Do you know who started modern medicine in America?
I do not.
They probably have something
J.D.
to do with
Rockefeller.
Vanguard and BlackRock.
They did.
So.
It did.
See?
Rothschild and J.D. Rockefeller, dog.
Follow the money.
Because they knew it was profitable. And that's why they started putting it out instead of people being able to go to their backyard and get medicine. They're like, we can just pump them full of chemicals.
That's why I'm saying we need like free healthcare. That way they won't have an incentive to profit, you know?
Yeah.
and
They
then
won't.
it will take away all the bullshit that they feed us, you know, because they're just like, okay, we're not making money off this anymore.
I mean, well, we can keep like Wendy's and like Sonic.
no, I'm talking pharmaceutical stuff.
Oh, okay,
Wendy's, I mean, fast food. That's a whole different video, you know.
So
By the
we
way,
can keep the
guys,
Wendy's,
after 100
please.
episodes, new special podcast is coming out to you, for the show, for me, from me, to you, talking about this stuff, talking about these, you know, shitty topics. And these guys will also be on. Maybe we'll have an expert here and there.
Whoa.
And
These
I will
guys.
constantly fight against my medicine. I will do it until the day I die. Probably ironically from not taking medicine.
He's just like, this is life-changing, or this is life-saving stuff, Gannon. Just take it. He's like, literally, like, his liver is, like, about to hemorrhage out, and it's just like, I don't need it.
Did it come from any herbs? No, I don't want it.
The
Eventually,
government's trying to feed me
eventually,
cancer drugs.
watch. One day
Just
you're gonna come
CIA
visit.
spy.
One day you guys are gonna come out and visit me in Tennessee, out in the woods, and then you're gonna come. You're gonna be like, "Oh, dude, is this where you grow your weed?" No, this is my herbs, and then I'm gonna make it all into different poultices and all different kinds of essential oils. It's gonna be great.
Catch me rubbing one out with them
See,
essential oils.
Get help.
Make the oils, and I'll have the help I need.
You're foul. Chase, did you freeze?
You are
Is
foul.
that your? Oh yeah, you did for a second.
No, he's back.
On me.
Shiloh started to call me, so it, like, my fucking headphones,
How
like,
rude of
switched
her.
over, so.
Yeah.
I know.
you guys
I
wanna
told
move
her I
on
was doing
to-
a podcast?
One of the other topics we got here.
Oh fuck. We might have to cut this super short.
Are you for real?
Shiloh locked her keys in her car.
Oh wow. You can find us on all streaming
So-
platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Well, honestly, you guys keep it going. I might have
Oh.
to just dip early.
Okay. Yeah.
Can
we'll
you
take the
guys
reins.
stop the recording?
Probably.
Are you guys able to?
I don't. Actually, I don't.
One of
think
us
we-
would have to be host.
I am the captain now. We could.
Are you able to give one of us host privileges?
I don't know.
It'd just be easier, Chase. Take care of this. That's way more important. She's probably stressed. So I'd rather you be alive, Chase, than anything. So, you know.
All right. Well, maybe you guys can just start another one. Like, I'll end it, and then maybe if I just leave the call, I'll try to just leave the call, and you guys can see if it keeps going. But if not, if you guys want to keep going, you can just start another call and finish.
Well,
You guys have like 20 minutes left, but
Yeah. We'll see. Well, give the people
All
a
right.
bite before you dip out.
all right, guys, peace out. I gotta go save my girlfriend from car. Love you guys. I'll see you next week. Hopefully this doesn't fuck up, but I'll talk to you all later.
try to slightly push the glass down. Sometimes that helps. Is it a newer car?
It's her car, but I'll be back. Or see you guys next week. All right, peace out.
Anyways, guys, sorry for Chase having to actually go deal with some actual stuff. So we're just gonna two-man this for the
Yeah.
last 20 minutes.
Dude,
The show must go
Warlander
on.
is so good.
Pretty sick game. We haven't touched it in
A minute. I've been.
yeah. You've been
Preoccupied.
on some extracurriculars, and you've been a working man.
Yeah.
Working man.
It's true. Up in the
Working hard.
shop.
How's that been?
It's been great, dude. I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I just keep meeting new customers. The group I work with is so helpful, so nice. The shop I work in is amazing.
Mhm.
Um,
Have you been getting people who want to like like rebook or
Yeah, I got.
people
Yeah, I
like
got.
referring.
mhm. I got
There you
people two
go.
weeks out. Yeah, because they can
Hell yeah,
schedule
start
every two
early.
weeks with me. So yeah,
Hell yeah.
I've got a
That
couple that were my boss's clients that rescheduled with me.
sick.
Yeah, because
Big things.
he's always booked like the entire day because he's like that. But
Yeah, if you guys ever see me with a haircut, it's because I visited him because I'm not getting this shit cut. Anyways, back to
taper, bro.
Warlander.
I'm telling you,
Yeah, I
taper,
gotta get that.
light taper. Like it doesn't even have to be like a high taper. Just some
Yeah,
slight,
like the
clean
picture
up
you
the
sent me.
edges. Yes, dude. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that'll
want
be
to
a
do that.
mission with your hair though, because it's like you got some thick hair. That's a good thing though, man. You know,
Like, hold on, let me.
that's
This is
definitely a
like,
good thing. That is great. That is so good. Good for you, dog. For real.
yeah, but yeah, Warlander.
It's been
Pretty interesting game. Is it still like like a beta or alpha or whatever? Or is this like this is the actual game that's out because it has a battle pass?
I think it's still the beta because like multiverses. Remember that game for a while? I got on there
Mm-hmm.
one day with my brother. We were playing it, and turns out because I was trying to get a Batman skin, of course, because they dropped the Samurai one. The
Oh
store's
shit!
the store is locked until next January
Like
because
2024
yeah, because the beta
is
is
over.
yeah. So they're
Oh
just like
shit! So it
fixing
was
up
like
and
a year and a half long, right?
yeah, something like that. Probably a year because
Because I remember
I was
I
still
got
in
my
school
Xbox. Yeah, you're still in school. I got my Xbox last year for Elden
for
Ring
yeah
gameplay, and then we got like multiverses right after that. So it was
yeah
about a year, about a
yeah.
little over a year, I think. That's crazy. Yeah, Warlander's pretty fun. The whole five army thing is pretty fun. It's very hard to win, like to get an actual like victory. It's easy to draw. It's
We
very
have
easy to draw.
we have a theory that the players are bots sometimes, like actually bots. Because there's no
Because
way our castle's always getting attacked and no one else is feeling
yeah.
nothing. We have
All
three
right, for
armies.
context,
Yeah.
for context in that game, so it's a 5-man army battle. So it's like this big pentagon map, and there's these different towers you can go control, and each army consists of 5 different groups. You have different jobs depending on which battle tactic you choose, whether balanced, defense, or attack. And there's 4 people for each of those groups. So there's 20 people per team, 100 people, and the goal is really to have the least amount of damage done to your core of your castle. So like they're trying to break through your gatekeep and all that shit. And when we play, we always get bum rushed by like everyone. Like we have 3 different, like a multitude of just multicolored dots on our map, just crushing down our fucking castle. It's
They
just
try to.
insane. A lot of the times they try to, and we survive. Our castle gets fucked up, but they don't get to our core.
Usually, if the squad and the homies go on that side, they are not lasting very long.
But like that usually lasts. Like that whole game is like 25 minutes. The round is like it's a
It's
25-minute time limit.
yeah,
For like 15 to 20 minutes is just straight. For us, most of the time is just straight defense, defense, defense because we're getting bum rushed, and it always happens. So our theory is that all these names that we keep seeing pop up that are the same
steep church art.
through like Steve Turn through like a whole like week and a half, we saw these same names. We're like, these are just NPCs. They have to be
hmm
because there's no way we're always getting bum rushed. Us, always us. Sometimes it'll happen to like another team. We'll be like, oh shit, it's like 5 minutes in, this team is like destroyed. But like 95% of the time, it's just us getting bum rushed. So that's our theory. It's a fun game, but you know, a little suspicious.
Yeah, that's got me a little suspicious for sure. I want to check out that Starfield game when it comes out. Have
I
you heard
haven't
about that?
actually heard much of Starfield. I heard isn't it like one
They
player? I know this
they
is one of Chase's topics.
they fumbled the Star Wars game so hard, so tough. I think they fumbled it so badly. That new
The
one that's
Star
coming
Wars
out,
based one?
the new one that's coming out,
Yeah,
that
yeah, the Star
yeah.
Wars
But
based one.
Starfield essentially is what it could have been. Starfield was like you can commandeer or plunder other people's ships
Okay, no, I saw
in
the video about
space.
this,
Yeah,
and
dude.
you could keep it for yourself. The ships are like fully like customizable, like the shape and where you want to put weapons. Like I've yeah, okay, I've seen
Your
video about
armor,
it.
yeah, different weapons, bro.
It does seem very interesting
Like it looks like No Man's Sky, but with more violence.
with a little more gusto to it.
Yeah, that looks promising. I'm excited for that. Still waiting on what was it? It's a game coming out. It looks like Elder Ring. I thought it was Mortal Shell. It's not Mortal Shell. Remember how? Were you with me? Yeah, we tried.
Yeah, you
'Cause
made me
I thought it
download
was
that.
I thought it was that. There's a game coming
wasn't.
out, dude. It's like Elden Ring, but just darker. You trekking? You trekking with me? Yeah. Once I see a video pop up, I'm trying to, get it so Zuckerberg hears it and passes it on, so I can see it in my algorithm. So whatever the game
You talking to
is,
your FBI agent?
yeah,
Have him
dude,
pass it down.
it's like Elden Ring but darker.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I liked playing Elden Ring, like when we played multiplayer, but I've never been a big fan of like the Souls, like Born type of games
I
at
wonder
all.
if they made it seamless and stopped trying to be hip and trendy because it doesn't even work. The servers don't even work. That is what gets me. Like if it was like put your finger down, something instantly, cool. If not, give it so it's like multiplayer aspect, and we could just same exact world. You get into a multiplayer server, seamless. I feel like it wouldn't even take that much for a programmer to do.
Yeah. Well, Wo Long had took a step in the right direction with it because it was very easy. Just starting on that online lobby, you invite your friends, boom, you start it. But it's not open world, so you got to go mission by mission, which is one of the things. Like I liked the game, but one of the little downfalls about it is that it was kind of
Repetitive,
not repetitive, but
monotonous.
I just without the aspect of like open world, it just made it kind of
Yeah,
a little
boxed
bland.
in.
Like it was just,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was just boxed in, having to go mission to mission, not just being able to go around with our cool shit and like fighting shit out
The
there.
mechanics in that game are perfect. Like if they could combine Elden Ring and Wolong into a game, that would be a perfect game.
Or put some like aspects of like Skyrim in it, because Skyrim had a lot of like dope shit for open world too. A lot of like random encounters. You
Ahead of its time.
fucking yeah.
You run into like
I
elves with prisoners.
And I know you guys tried out the Elder Scrolls
During COVID.
online, right?
Yeah, during COVID, I got into it pretty heavy because my friend that I was living with, he was into it pretty heavy. He was like, "Dude, you gotta try it," and it was cool, but graphics. I think Skyrim OG had better graphics than the Elder Scrolls Online,
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a little like
and buggy too.
Skyrim had its bugs. It wasn't like the perfect graphics, but it was pretty good for like its time. Like it was pretty decent. Like if they did something like Skyrim on like the Unreal Engine 5 that all these games are starting to come out on, I feel like it would be really good.
Be a
They
perfect
just gotta
game.
fix like they did a lot of these multiplayer games. Like they're failing on the multiplayer aspect with these open world things. And open world games are great, and we as gamers love them.
Right.
But
And
a lot of
character
people-
customization, Star Wars.
Mhm.
Dude, you have the opportunity to make the perfect game. You have all the aspects to make a perfect game. No one wants to play as a set person in this day and age. No one does. We want to be immersed.
Unless like it's an actual
We wa-
story game,
Yes.
like because
Well,
like
yeah,
I don't
like
mind
God
playing
of
as Cal
War,
Kestis
Yes,
and shit
Spider-Man.
like
Yeah.
like those work, but like in something like the Star Wars space game, whatever it was called, like
Not Outriders. Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws.
how do you have such a cool name? You just drop the ball.
Right. Dude.
A lot of games they're dropping the ball because like I was saying, we as gamers, we love our like open world games, but a lot of people have been pining for shit like open world with multiplayer, kind of like GTA, but like you know,
Star Wars.
with shit like Elden Ring and Skyrim, like those type of games that we like Star Wars, like shit, like being in space, like No Man's Sky. Like I know No Man's Sky had a pretty good multiplayer; it wasn't that bad, but the game is very buggy with some solar systems, and at a point it gets a little like I haven't touched the game in like a week, and I'm just like, whatever, you know. I like the game. It's another one of those things where it's kind of just like it doesn't keep you excited for long. Like Destiny 2. Destiny 2.
Destiny 2 was one game that was so good until they made every single expansion pack $70, and
And
I'm not going to spend $1,000 to try to catch up to the story.
yeah, and they fucking didn't they cut shit like the from the beginning of Destiny 2? Like they cut some
They
shit out
might-
now, or like some of like the first DLCs. Like there was some shit cut out from Destiny 2, which
They
doesn't make any sense.
and they brought Cade back.
Exciting, but like, why did you kill him in the first place?
Yeah.
Then
Anticlimactic. It's like whatever he did was like, oh, okay.
damn, are we starting to see a bad a dip in like video game quality and stuff?
It is because they just keep mass producing garbage.
Like I remember I used to wake up. I used to play Black Ops Zombies all the time. That was super fun. I used to wake up after I graduated high school when I was waiting to go to the Navy. Just wake up playing Destiny, doing the raids. Like there used to be games that you could play for like a year straight, and now it's like,
Because it's about the community. And I think that a lot of these new gamers are killing off community because they're just so annoying. And they make people rush. Cyberpunk would have been a perfect game. It would have.
I think streamers play a part in it too, because I've seen people on like TikTok like make videos about this and stuff, calling like streamers out, because a lot of streamers, they have a bigger voice than the common gamer and what like developers are willing to listen to. So when like streamers are complaining about shit, you know, the developers are like, all right, maybe we'll change this on based on these complaints coming from a streamer. But a lot of streamers complaints are based off of like, when somebody was better than me, make this so it's more suitable for
Honestly,
streamers and
streaming
shit
is
like that.
what I think ruined gaming for me. Because then I'm
Which is
like,
also
like
actually
with
keep
Elden
going.
Ring, because granted, I was able to look up any kind of weapon on Elden Ring I wanted to, and then I'd be able to find it. And I just remember being back in the day in an open world, and it's like I'd be so excited when I come across something randomly.
Mhm.
It's like, dude, I have this weapon, and
That was my first playthrough through Skyrim. It was like, holy
Yeah.
shit! Like, what was the first one? I remember I got it and I was so excited to have it. It was the Mace of Molag Bal. Yeah, that you find with like this quest with like, I think it was the one with the talking dog. I don't know. It's been a while since I played the game, but yeah,
Daedric
I was
armor.
like, yeah,
Daedric armor. I remember getting Daedric armor, thinking it was the coolest. Being able to have like morality shifts. So, if you were a werewolf, then obviously you could join the Dawn Guard and hunt vampires, or you could be
yeah.
vice versa, be vampires, hunt Dawn Guard, or just hunt people in general.
Actually, what's crazy in Skyrim, um, I'm a vampire, but my wife is one of the werewolf like people or whatever.
What's her? With the
Ayla
red
the
hair,
Huntress.
with the red hair. Doesn't
Yeah,
it have, like,
Ayla
red
the
hair?
Huntress.
Yeah.
But
I
I
was
always have the vampire lady running around with me. So like I'll run into like one of the houses I have,
Selena, right?
like
Wasn't
Serona,
it? Yeah, something like that.
something like that. But yeah,
Dude,
that's funny. Yeah.
I love God.
But yeah, video games are fucking up. Big
Yeah,
time.
they are fumbling.
Especially
So tough.
well, actually, because we're just talking about streamers, that was actually one of the topics I did have. Probably one of the last things we'll talk about. You probably don't give a shit much about it. Some people care about it. Some people don't see the like irony in it. But LeBron James had just got a new contract with the Lakers, 2 years, $97 million. A streamer who, half the time I've seen clips of him, is speaking so fast and erratic, you don't know what the fuck he's saying. Sign a contract with the new streaming platform Kick. 2 years, $100 million. So this dude who has had some controversies, has been or whatever, can barely talk normally, just sits around, plays video games, is making more off a contract in 2 years than LeBron James, which is hilarious. And this is also the same Kick platform that said they're going to pay people like hourly based on
Yeah.
like how long they're streaming plus like the viewers they have and like I know Speed and Kai have their show on Kick and they have like multi-year like bunch of $1 million like contract for that, like
Well, because,
insane.
you know, granted,
Streaming is getting
I may not
insane.
agree with things that some of these streamers are saying, like, controversial stuff. At the same time, I still like a sense of freedom of speech. Maybe, like, I may not agree with these guys, but at the same time, I feel like you start delving more into, like, a totalitarian aspect when, everything has to be censored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm kind of.
And like I said, also, you're like, we got them, boys. I don't agree with some of
Get
these.
them.
But at the same time, I think freedom of speech is important because if we're all, not looking at these people's aspects or perceptions, then we might not have the wrong answer or the right answer or whatever. I think of like, I always talk about burning books. There have been some terrible books written, but unfortunately, that's part of history that gets burned away. Like Doflamingo says. People that win
How
wars
far? How far
create
have you
history.
gotten?
I've seen that
'Cause you keep
clip.
bringing up. Oh,
I,
okay.
I saw that clip where he's like,
Talking
people
about
that-
justice and
yeah,
shit.
injustice. People that win wars rewrite history.
Mhm.
I think they're just trying to slowly kill off Native American people inside of these. So eventually, Trail of Tears is a totally forgotten thing.
Never forget. Which is funny. They always say, "Never forget the Alamo." How about never forget the Trail of Tears? How
Yeah.
about never forget everything else bad that happened.
Right. They try to write these people up as savages, meanwhile they were just living.
Actually, one last thing I did want to talk about. It's
Yeah.
something light to end it on, because you said something about bad books have been written, and it made me think about something. How many bad adaptations of books have been like how many bad movie adaptations have there been for books? Like there's been a lot.
There's been a lot. Dude, honestly, I heard Fahrenheit 451 was badly done. And I just remember it was a cool book that I actually was genuinely interested in back in high school. And then I saw the movie, and I always dodged it because I heard it was terrible. It's a really good movie. It's actually really good. It's Michael B. Jordan plays the main character. And even if you want to get into something cooler, dude, Equilibrium, essentially the same plot, but with Christian Bale. Dude, Equilibrium is such a good movie. It is up there for me. It's so good.
I just think about it sometimes because like if you think about it with like Twilight was a huge success, but also like a lot of the aspects of the movie, it was just like, is this what the book pictured? Like, I harp on this all the time. Ready Player One, one of my favorite books.
I never read the book.
The movie was not bad in like cinematic sense, story sense, because I read the book. Dog shit. I hated the fucking movie. I hated it. It was such a terrible adaptation. There were so many things that were changed. So many like important things that were like changed or like replaced or just like it just I don't know. It was just bad.
The
And, I mean,
Gundam
I
scene was
understand
so
with
tight,
movies.
though. I don't know if that was accurate, but the Gundam scene was so tight.
I'd have to reread the book and watch the movie. But like I remember I read the book and then watched the movie.
Samurai guy hops out of the plane. He had a some kind of like relic that he got, and he turned into Gundam. I don't think it was Wing. It was Gundam, like the original Gundam.
Hmm.
It was so
Well,
cool.
actually, thinking about it, my first original complaint actually was literally the main actor, because reading the book, it's made very clear that like the main character Wade is not a. I don't want to say he's like physically unattractive, but like he's not in shape like at all. He's not like some lard that's overweight, but he's not like, you know, a good looking young adult,
Yeah.
with like he lives in the stacks. Like he's dirty, doesn't
What are you
take
trying to
care
say
of his
about Columbus,
body.
man? What are you trying to say about Columbus,
Listen,
man?
in the story that that place it gets fucked up.
What are you trying to say about Columbus, man? Well,
Yeah, I just feel
but
like
yeah, I can see what you're talking about, especially if it's a dystopian society. Based off what we have right now, if we're just more focused on living in a fake world, even more fake than
I
what we
just
live in currently.
yeah, I just feel like a lot like with the Ready Player One, like a lot of like movies that are coming out that are like book adaptations or even like comic book adaptations. A lot of sometimes they do fucking flop.
You didn't like Robert
I feel like
Pattinson
they just
Batman? Did I ask you this?
no, I like that one. I like that one.
I thought
It was long.
good.
It was long. The length kind of was like, but like it was good. The story was good. It was just the length. I was like, for an entire movie, I'm glad I watched this at home because I was more comfortable. But I had to stop at some point and be like, all right, I need to take a bathroom break. Let me go eat a snack. It's like it's an hour and 50 minutes, and the movie's still got another hour. Like, but it was a good movie. But like, I just feel like bad
Oh, sorry.
adaptations try to be too Hollywood. Like
Yeah.
they don't try to think in the lens of what the writer is picturing. They just want to be the most Hollywood with it, which really sucks sometimes, especially for like people who like are readers and then see one of their favorite books get turned into a movie and then see it just drastically different and hate it. I'm just angry about that. That's stuck in my mind so much. I read the second book and I just
Yeah.
couldn't stop thinking about that.
Do you read a series of unfortunate events?
I don't think I ever did.
Did you watch it though?
I don't think I ever did. No, I definitely did not watch it.
Okay.
And I also definitely did not read it.
It was a good adaptation. Both of them, honestly. One was composed into a movie with his name is escaping me. Are you serious right now?
Wasn't it? Was it Jim Carrey?
Jim
who was
Carrey.
in that?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Jim
In the
Carrey.
original one, it was Jim Carrey, but then they did Neil Patrick Harris for the series.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Both of them did
NPH.
fantastic. Both of them did fantastic. For Olaf,
First, Neil Patrick Harris is a fantastic actor.
he really
I
is.
love that man. I love that man to death. He's
He's a good dude.
hilarious, especially in the Harold and Kumar movies. That's like where I first saw him. I was like, this dude's fucking hilarious. Didn't know he was gay.
Yeah, and he just played a
'Cause then I
straight
saw-
bro.
Because then I saw clips of him in How I Met Your Mother. I was like, oh, he does TV.
Yeah.
And then like I was like, teens or whatever. I read something about like or saw something about him and his husband. And I was like,
He
all right.
There's a movie
Couldn't
called
tell.
I never read the book. There's a movie called Beastly, and he plays a more serious role in that. It's a movie about like a guy that is cursed and he's like a monster.
I can't really see him in a serious role. It's
But
like
he's not the main character. He's a side character in that. Oh, my phone. It's on 20%. Um,
ah,
no, it's fine. We got time. We're chilling. But okay, real quick, have you seen Castlevania?
yes.
Dude, that used to be one of my favorite games growing up as a kid. And then seeing it done so perfectly as an anime adaptation was it's up there, probably my top three.
I never played the game, but I did
It's just-
watch the anime.
It's just a side scroller,
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I just never played it myself.
it's growing up. I had an original Nintendo at my grandma's house, and it had Duck Hunt, Super Mario Bros, and Castlevania. And Castlevania.
Actually, that's another thing. Movies, but movie adaptations of video games, for the most part, I think just need to fucking stop. Like the Halo movie, the Halo show, one of the earlier Mortal Kombat movies, the Dragon Ball Z movie with the fucking, I don't know who the fuck that guy was. Like it just, like, the Need for Speed, movie.
Never saw it.
Great movie.
Really?
Great movie. Because the Need for Speed games, it's a little different because there's not
Dum,
like a main
dum, dum.
story.
I remember just
It's
opening that
Midnight Club.
game.
That's Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. That was the shit.
I remember every
That
time
was my
opening that
fucking
game up. 369. I was like, I remember being like 10. I'm like, yeah, dude, Lil Jon, man.
Or actually, no, that wasn't Midnight Club. That was Need for Speed Underground. Need for Speed Underground, yeah.
Dum, dum, dum.
That was the older one.
Dude. I remember just hearing that song so many times playing that game. I'm like, yes, bro, play it again. Play it again.
It was Annie Up by Mobb Deep in a Midnight Club 3.
Yeah.
Every time I'd be driving down, it would come on and she'd be like, Annie Up, drop that fool. Annie Up, kidnap that fool.
Dude, perfection.
Those were great games. But yeah, like that's one of the few like video game adaptation movies that like weren't bad, just because the Need for Speed games aren't like one collective story, so it's always like a different story throughout the game. Sometimes like a character will be like in multiple stories, whatever. So it was really just create an original story based off like the idea of Need for Speed. But like, man,
Which they should do. I'm so tired.
talk-
I'm so tired of seeing the same movie just redone, except for Batman. Redone all the time. Give me all the Batmans. The Batmans.
I mean, did you ever watch the newest Mortal Kombat movie that came out 2021?
Yeah.
That one was good.
I thought it was good
that is the
too.
reason one that wasn't the original character idea.
Yeah, he was kind of whack. But Scorpion
But like a lot of it was done right. But
Scorpion was tough on
I was
that one.
I was talking to somebody the other day about like the Dragon Ball.
They did Reptile so dirty though. I hate that.
Oh, him and
They did Reptile so dirty. That's
who's
so dumb. That's one of my favorite characters.
he follows Shao Kahn. Baraka. He always gets done dirty too in like the video game stories. Always gets done dirty. What is that Dragon Ball movie though? Was it Dragon Ball Revolution?
I remember seeing that they were going to make Hugh Jackman Vegeta in one. And pretty much looks like a cursed photo at this point.
Dragon Ball Evolution. I think. No. Was it? Yeah. Oh shit. Did you ever watch Shameless?
Yeah. No.
Jimmy plays Goku in that god awful Dragon Ball movie. Or is it Goku? I don't
Jimmy?
know. It's like,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, dude. Actually, I know which one you're talking about. That's insane. Yeah, you're right. It is Jimmy. Dude. And, dude, forget Jimmy. Also, by the way, douche canoe.
Yeah, Justin Chatwin. Good
Yeah.
actor. Jimmy's a douche canoe. That's great. But yeah, that was one of the reasons why it was dog shit too, because like, yeah, Goku. I mean,
What do you think about
you could put a white guy in the role of Goku. Yeah, it's gonna look like Goku, but like, it's a Japanese-based character in a Japanese-based world, and you based all of it in like America.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was like just turning 18 and learning. He like had powers of. It's just completely off the rails. Like just like even here on the Wikipedia it says it is often referred to as one of the worst films of all time.
Imagine having your name attached to that. That'd be so bad. At least he saved
And this
himself
was
and
before
Jimmy.
Shameless. This
Yeah, at
was
least
before
he
Shameless.
saved himself.
2009.
Yeah. You can find us on all streaming platforms. I'm talking YouTube, especially. I'm going to start with that from now on. Spotify and Apple Podcast. We also have our Patreon for only $3 a month.
Only $3 a month.
Yes. And you can find Death Our Friend. More chapters coming out for that. Soon, we got a comic in the works.
We do.
Essentially.
We do.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got a comic in the works. You'll be able to find Chase's show there soon. And so much more to come. What's coming?
Mhm.
And that's
Is that it? You got anything else?
I think that's it.
But yeah,
Next
like you
caller.
said,
Next caller's also on there. I'm
next
sorry.
caller.
I
Yep.
messed up.
Next
I
caller.
messed up. Yes, next caller's also on there, guys. Sorry.
Yep. As always, next caller is always there. Yeah, like Gannon said, to have a. I don't think we ever specifically said it was going to be a comic, but yeah, it's essentially a web comic. More details are going to come from on the 100th episode, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, that is in the works. Every day that passes, honestly, I'm excited to say more and more of the story. I don't get it down on paper, which is kind of a little damaging to it, but a lot more is just coming through up here. A lot more to the story. A lot of things like that's getting added. So this is the thing that's going to happen. So
An apparition.
Stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned. I'm excited for you guys to eventually see that when that starts. I'm excited to have my name attached to that, and I'm excited to see where that goes and see you guys take that and all the other things we do. Send that shit straight to the fucking stratosphere. Fucking,
Yeah, man.
you know.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, that is all. Actually, one more thing. I'm sorry, guys. If you like what you just saw here, unfortunately Chase had to leave. He sends his regards, his goodbyes. This is just a little sneak peek for our 2 weeks next month when Chase will not be able to record the podcast. He will be out of the country, actually. So this is a sneak preview of the 2 episodes you'll get of the 2-man show coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Lots of
if
banter.
you liked it, yeah. If you liked it, it'll be a lot better because it kind of just got thrown onto us with a random emergency. But fortunately, that is all the time we have for you guys. We love that you guys always tune in and show us love. I'm gonna sell out once more. Like, subscribe, send it to your friends, your mother, grandmother, aunt, uncle, father, friends, non-friends, enemies, politicians, everyone. Get it out there. But as always, my name is Adrian.
And I was, am, and will always be Gannon. Peace. That was cringy. Why'd I do a peace sign? Oh, I did it like this.
I copied you too.
As soon as I did it, I was like, why did I do that? But yeah, dude. Peace and love,
thank you
man.
guys.
I did it again.
Peace out.
I did it with 2 hands that time. We gotta get out of here.
All right, Chase, cut it here.